Whenever some new tech comes along, everyone obsesses over the tech itself, right? But that's not the real story. The real story is a lot quieter. It's about how our jobs, our actual work, starts to change. It's not about the tool, it's about what the tool does to us. And right now, there's this perfect example playing out in the hotel industry that shows us exactly what's going on.
So check this out. A report just came out about the hotel industry, and it had this huge number, 98%. I mean, wow. That's the number of hotel owners who say they're using AI. You hear that, and you think, okay, game over. They did it. The revolution is here.
But then, literally the next data point in that same report says this: 73% of those exact same people, they feel totally overwhelmed by it. They have no idea what to do next. And just like that, the simple success story gets, well, it gets a lot more interesting.
So, okay, that's the puzzle, right? We've got the tools. Nearly everyone has them. But the people using them are saying, hey, we're lost. So what is the real problem here? What are we actually trying to solve?
All right, to get to the bottom of this, we've got to look past all the noise and see where this AI is actually being used. Because where it's hiding, that tells us everything.
Okay, look at the difference here. It's massive. 64% of this AI stuff is happening in the backend. Operations. Think managing the building's energy, figuring out staff schedules, the invisible stuff. But using it for the guest experience, the thing customers actually see, that's all the way down at 11%. It's not even close.
And that right there, that busts the biggest myth about AI adoption. It's like this. The AI is in the boiler room, not the lobby. This is quiet adoption, not AI theater. See, this isn't some big, flashy transformation happening out in the open. It's a bunch of safe little experiments tucked away behind the scenes where, if they mess up, nobody really sees it.
Which brings us to the real heart of the matter. The problem isn't the tech. It never is, right? It's our relationship with the tech. It's this massive gap that's opening up between just using a tool and truly understanding it. And that all comes down to one question. Who owns the decision?
So let's be super clear. Adoption, that's just having the tool. You bought it, you installed it, done. That's the easy part.
Literacy, though, that's something else entirely. That's the hard part. Literacy is knowing who is on the hook for what the tool does. If the AI messes up the room rates or tells a guest the wrong thing, who's responsible? That's the question.
So it boils down to this. Everyone has the tool. Almost no one has the manual. And I'm not talking about a tech manual with buttons and settings. I mean a human manual, a guide for how we're supposed to change how we work now that it is here.
And this is where things get really weird. It's a total paradox. Okay, remember that 73% who feel overwhelmed? Well, get this. 40% of them are also totally fine with AI making decisions with zero human oversight. Just let that sink in. How can we be okay with trusting systems that we also admit we don't even understand?
Okay, so there's a much better way to look at all this. The whole question isn't, do we replace the human? That's the wrong question. It's about building a new kind of partnership. And that report actually gave a fantastic example of what that partnership could look like.
So they asked these hotel owners, what's next for AI? And the number one answer was construction planning. And no, that doesn't mean a robot is going to build the next hotel. It means the work gets split up. The machine does what it's good at, crunching numbers, spotting patterns, just tireless analysis. But the human brings the context, the judgment, and, this is the most important part, the final accountability. Your job doesn't go away. It just shifts. You're no longer the one doing the analysis. You're the one who owns the final call.
So, what does this all mean? What's the real work we need to be doing? Well, it's got nothing to do with technology. The real challenge, the hard part, it's not technical at all. It's human. And here's the uncomfortable truth that nobody really wants to talk about. The hard work isn't picking the right software vendor. It's asking the really tough leadership questions, like how do you train your team to have better judgment? How do you create crystal clear lines of accountability? And how do you, as a leader, guide people through a massive change in how they've always done their jobs? That's the work.
Because that's what this is all about, isn't it? This isn't a story about software. It's a story about responsibility. And the big lesson is this: technology doesn't remove responsibility, it just moves it.